Halloween is here again, and that can only mean one thing: trick or treat. But when you get that knock on the door this year, you're gonna be prepared with a batch of amazing Halloween cookies. In today's video, I'm gonna share my favorite Halloween cookie designs. Let's take a look at what I have for you. We're doing 3 designs today. We're gonna do some spooky Halloween cookies. We've got a spider web that we're gonna work on, a spooky cauldron, and we also have a plaque-shaped cookie that we're gonna turn into some Halloween brains. Let me go over my colors really quickly. So I've got a really great Halloween purple. I've got an outline consistency, a flood consistency. I've got, for my white, I have a regular flood, an outline consistency, and then I've got like a super thick consistency that's cut to a little bit thicker thickness. That's gonna be for our brains. And then I have a little bit of flood consistency red. We're gonna use that for some details on our spider. And then I've already cut these. I've tucked them in so that they don't leak on my work surface here. I've got black. Of course, we need some black for our cauldron. I've got a flood consistency and an outline consistency. My sprinkles, they're so fun. We've got green and purple and some skulls, some bones. I've got some witches' hats in here. And I wanted to find some sprinkles that have some, little green bubbles in them. So that's gonna be really fun for our cauldron. And I've got some red food gel color mixed with a few drops of water. I've got probably maybe 2 or 3 drops of red food gel mixed with a few drops of water. That's mixed together. That's going to help make our bloody brains today. And in my tool caddy, I've got my cute Halloween scribe. Of course, any scribe will do. My brush, I've got a basic brush. I've got my boo-boo stick and some scissors in case I need to rebag any icing or cut any icing bag. So let's get started. I'm picking up my Halloween purple. We're gonna get this flooded and drying so that we can get some spooky Halloween brains on here. There we go. I'm gonna use my scribe to fill in all the areas that aren't done yet. Great, okay. Oh, this is so good. All right, I'm gonna set this off on my tray over here to dry. And then the next one we're gonna do is our cauldron as well. Great. And then we'll go ahead and fill in the main area here. Sometimes black flood has a tendency to start separating in the bag, so I always really like to make sure that I kind of give it a good little mix with the scribe. Okay, so that's gonna go off to the side to dry as well. And now we're gonna do our spider web. We're gonna start with outlining in white, and we're gonna flood in white as well, and then we'll add some black, and I'll show you how we get our really fun spider web lines. So I wanna make sure I get the flood all the way to the edges. We are gonna be doing wet on wet technique here, which means I'm gonna add some black flood lines as well. So I don't wanna overfill this. I do wanna go ahead and smooth that out before I add the black. And I like to have a little bit of an offset spider web. So I'm gonna start off center, and we are gonna swirl this. Right there. Okay, now we grab our scribe, and I want you to have your rag or a damp paper towel off to the side too, because we're gonna need to wipe it in between. I'm gonna go ahead and start right here. And drag. Again, I wiped it off and doing it again. And I'm kind of lifting up before I hit the very corner. I'm dragging quite a bit of icing away from that center. So what I want to do is I'm going to add a little bit more white back to the center. And then I'm going to help it settle a little bit here. There we go. And this isn't coming together right here, so I'm just going to go ahead and help it. There we go. You want all that icing to kind of come back together and settle out nice and evenly again. All right, so now this needs to dry, and then we can get our spider on top of it. Hey there, thank you so much for watching this video. If you want to amaze your friends and family with amazing looking cookies, the most amazing they've ever seen, you're in the right place. This channel is where deliciousness meets joy, and we are all about having fun with cookies. Here we'll show you how to make cookies that look impressive but are easy to make. Please do me a favor and like this video. Please subscribe to this channel, hit the notification bell, and don't forget to share it with your friends and family who also love cookies. It really helps out a lot. Anyway, thank you so much again for watching this. Let's get back to these Halloween cookies. Okay, so I've allowed my base flood on these cookies to dry, and I want to get some thick white icing on here in the shape of what's going to be our brains. So let's go ahead and do this. So I'm gonna go ahead and draw pretty much an oval. And this is really thick white icing. I'm gonna draw a line down the center. And then we're just gonna do a bunch of squiggles. Look at that. Oh my gosh, that's gonna be so cool. Okay, so I want that, since we're gonna work on these other cookies, we're gonna just go ahead and let that dry just a minute. It's pretty thick. Like if you wanted to go ahead and put your red gel color mix over top of it right now, you could, but I want to let it sit for just a second while I get our spider on here. So pick a spot on your spider web where you think the spider is going to look good. Now I'm going to be putting some legs on this spider too. So I want to put my spider right down here, and I'm going to do a big dot. I'm going to do a small dot up there. And then we're going to do some legs. Ooh, it's looking so creepy already. Okay, let's see. Oh, that's looking so good. So good and creepy. I think this needs to be a black widow. So we're going to add a little bit of red to it. And I'm gonna just finesse this with my scribe tool here. Get that hourglass shape looking good. There we go. Oh my gosh, check that out. That is so good. Okay, let's get our spooky cauldron going here. I've got some thicker purple here. That's what we're gonna use. And wherever you want there to be sprinkles, or bubbling over cauldron, that's what where we're gonna put it. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and start by putting some on. And I want to get some of, I usually put a few sprinkles on, then I get my bigger ones on there because I want to make sure that they have room. Maybe a few more skulls. I've got the witch's hat. I don't want to miss that. And then let's put one more skull down here. All right, now let's fill it with the rest of those smaller bits that are in your sprinkle mix. You're gonna have sprinkles kind of going everywhere. There we go. That's the fun part though. Oh, I think we need a few more bones too. It's so fun though. Okay, I want some more bubbles down here though. Okay, I think that's so good. Okay, there we go. There's our spooky cauldron. We've got our spider web. Now it's time to add some gory details. So it's kind of like, it's definitely thinner than like your regular red gel paste. And I'm gonna just gently, I don't want to disturb the nice texture that I have. How fun is that? You also don't want too much water because you don't want it to eat away at the icing. Now I want to add a few more details. We're going to add some drops of blood here. You can add more drops of blood if you want, or not as many. You can just leave the brains there if you want. How fun are these? I love them. I think all of my trick-or-treaters are really gonna love these cookies that I'm gonna be handing out this year instead of the regular candy. I'm really happy with how these turned out. I think I'm gonna be handing these out instead of regular candy this year. So let me know in the comments if you're gonna be handing out cookies or candy this year for Halloween. I can't wait to see. If you're watching this, then obviously you love cookies. Making them, eating them, giving them as gifts to friends and family, but do you sometimes get frustrated when it comes to pairing icing and sugar cookie flavors together and wish someone would just show you already exactly what you need to know to get a perfect flavor match every single time? Don't worry, I've got you. I've created a quick, simple guide to help you get the perfect blend of cookie and icing flavors every time you bake and decorate. Just go to the link in the description below this video, enter your details, and I'll send it straight to your inbox for free. Go grab your copy right now of our perfect recipe pairing guide.